Welcome back everybody, it's Blue Flame Maplevee here. In today's tips and tricks, I'll be covering every single ground combat technique up to date in GTA 5 Online. So let's get right into the video, now enjoy. So pretty much you want your own custom loadout, and it needs to be the AP pistol, combat MG, special carbine, and you can use whether the heavy sniper or the marksman rifle, but it's down to whatever you prefer. Then you want to have the assault shotgun. Now then you can use the RPG, grenade launcher. But if you haven't unlocked any of them, then use the homing launcher, but beware the ammo is really expensive for the homing launcher. Then you want to use sticky bombs. Now for the weapons, you can use every single attachment but suppressors, because suppressors do less damage. Now you want to use scope, extended mag and grip to improve the accuracy for your weapons. So avoid suppressors for your weapons though. Also try to avoid equipping the flashlight on your weapons, because it doesn't really help you that much. The only time it can help you is by blinding the enemies. And it doesn't really do that very well, because it poorly executes that, and it mainly just gives away your position at night if you have it turned on and enabled. But anyway, the main attachments you want for your weapons is scope, grip and extended mag, because overall it improves your accuracy. Now extended mag's pretty obvious because it extends the ammunition in your clip, which can help you out. But anyway, so for the assault rifle category, you mainly want to use the special carbine or the bullpup rifle. It's whatever you prefer, but in my opinion the special carbine is better because it has better range and it does more damage, but it's down to whatever you prefer. Now the marksman rifle, you can argue it doesn't really need much skill to use, because you can pretty much just spray and pray to use it, but when using the marksman rifle, try to aim for headshots, because then you can just one bang all the enemies. And sticky bombs, they can be really useful at close combat. So for example, round corners or when people's on top of roofs, just to easily get them down. Also, if you own a headquarters and you have purchased the upgrade to have a gun locker, be sure to set up your own custom loadout to have your own weapons, so you have to switch when you join a new session. Anyway, so to speed up your rolling, you want to get your shooting skill maxed out, and you can do that by doing death matches or killing AI, whatever. But the good way to do it quickly is going to the shooting range to speed it up. So once you get 5 bars, which is the max for your shooting, it'll speed up your rolls. Now this is just casual roll if you don't do anything, but there is another technique how to fasten it up. So pretty much what you want to do is, when you roll, you want to quickly just go backwards and forwards with the stick to move forwards and backwards in the mid roll. And you also want to be rapidly pressing the button to roll. Now by doing this technique, it is actually slightly faster, and you can also catch up with people if say they roll after you. So pretty much you always want to roll second after a player in combat. Now also, when you're sniping, go into first person, because if you go in third person, if you just saw that, you go really slow, but in first person it allows you to move really fast while zoomed in on the scope. So pretty much what that does is, in first person, your body is slightly sideways and you can move a lot faster, so you're a lot harder target to hit. Now instead of having to switch to the sticky bombs manually, if you have them equipped in your hotbar and your loadout, you can just press the left arrow on a D-pad, which will just throw it manually while using your weapon. So you can actually throw it, then roll, and then detonate it in mid-roll, so it throws off the other person you're fighting, so it throws off the aim so they can't kill you. Also, you have a brief moment to actually set off the sticky bomb when you die, which is like 2 seconds I think it is, that you can set it off. If it goes over that, you can't set it off. Now also, here's another tip: when you're on walls and you're on low health, or you're in first person, go to the interaction menu and eat a snack, and instead of doing the animation to doing the animation to eat snacks, which takes a couple time, what it'll do is it'll just speed the process up, because it'll just do it instantly without doing the animation. Now here's another tip: when you're on walls in cover, if you press square, it'll actually just move you across on the wall, instead of having to go out of cover and actually go onto the other wall next to it. Which is a cool little tip for you guys to help out when you're in combat, instead of you having to leave the cover, making you open to be shot from multiple angles. So it helps you out in the end run. Now also for corner techniques, beware when fighting people, because often people like to use RPGs on corners, so you can always use an RPG on them or throw sticky bombs. Now here's another little tip: now go into the settings onto the menu, and if you go to that camera angles, you can change it about and mess about the sensitivity. Now a good way for sniping is, if you slow down the sensitivity while in first person, it allows you to be more accurate, because then you can actually move your aim while moving fast as well. So that helps out as well. Let's say if you're using Marksman, Heavy, because then you can drag shot. Now as you can see here, when you roll in first person, it is a little bit disorientating, but you can go into the camera section and you can actually change it so it switches you to third person in mid roll, which is a lot more helpful, and first person is actually pretty good. Now you can also apply this technique in the settings to when you go into cover. So say if you're in first person and you ran to cover, you could actually make it so it just instantly switched you to third person, which is very helpful. Now also, another note, if you're in cover in first person, it won't allow you to eat snacks. So that's why you don't really want to be in first person in cover, because as you can see there, you can't really see anything anyway. And head bopping around the corner is horrible, so I don't know why you'd want to be in first person and cover anyway, because it's just horrible in general, because you've got a lot more to see when you're in third person. So once you actually switch it, as you just saw there, whenever you go in cover in first person, it'll just automatically switch you to third person. Also, here's another neat little tip. So when you're on the corner and you're hugging the walls, but this doesn't work if people use explosives on the corner, but anyway, so if you hug the corner and you just poke your gun out, because your gun's on the right side of you, so if you go around a corner on the right side, you can just poke your gun out and shoot them, whereas they won't be able to shoot you back because all they can see is your gun, so you can just easily kill them. But remember, it doesn't work if they use explosives. Also, if you turn on the expanded radar, it is useful, but it's kind of pointless at the same time, because it makes you more of alert of your surroundings, but it covers more up of the screen, so I don't know why you'd want to use it. Also, the in-depth vision, it is useful, but I'll turn it off because it's better off having it disabled, because it just blurs out the background. So say if you're like hiding behind cover, trying to get a little corner angle in third person, it doesn't give you any advantage whatsoever if you have it enabled, because as you can just see right there, it just blurs out the vision in the background, so it's not very clear if you want to see any enemies in the background. So just leave that disabled if you want to improve your combat significantly. Anyway, so there's two variants of when you're aiming, because you can have simple or complex. Now as you can see here, simple, this is the one I use. I think it's a lot better because it's more precise and it allows you to be more accurate, but it does change the way between each other, because like the RPG is more accurate with the little dot, but if you have it on complex, it has a little cross, and then it also has a little box on the RPG, but it's down to whatever you prefer when aiming. But I use the little simple one because I just like the little dot and I think it's more better and more accurate. So as you can see right there, it is better for the RPG, the complex one, besides simple. So if you want a good RPG, go for complex. But if you want to be more accurate with like your assault rifles and everything, then I'd say go for simple. What the fuck is that? Okay, I'm assuming someone got aggroed when I was shooting the wall. I'll just kill him. Bam, and the dirt is gone. Anyway, I might receive a bit of hate because of the elite GTA players, because they don't really like these little techniques being out to newbies, because they like to keep them secret. But anyway, I hope this video helped, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.